Women are so fucking cool.
Women are so fucking cool.
So there are so many ways to be a fucking cool woman. And that's what's so awesome about the Women Are So Fucking Cool podcast. You get to meet new women 2 times a week and get to connect, and you have opportunities to connect with them. And that's what it's all about, connecting and sharing, because right now we want to like come together and show our power. And what better way to come together than working with other women business owners, especially creative business owners, in my opinion, for me as an artist. And that is how I met Kira McCoy, our fucking cool woman today. I met her online and we had a chance to meet in person, which was really cool. And we plan to meet up again. But until that happened, we were online connections, and I had the pleasure of being in her one of her mentorship mastermind groups with like 7 or 8, maybe 12 other women artists. And I learned so much from those couple weeks. I mean, oh my gosh. I've learned from her, I've learned how to publish a book, how to create cards, how to create a calendar, how to create shops online, how to market myself better, how to use AI. I mean, Kira is a six-figured um, business owner. And so she's, in my opinion, she's reached that financial success, and she's also balanced it out with living her dream life and having positive friendships and really giving back to the community as well. So you don't have to have a six-figure income to be a fucking cool woman, but if you can manage the financial success and the creative success at the same time, yay. And then give back to other women and share your resources. And amazing. Well, and when you hear her conversation, you understand everything what I'm talking about. So yeah, so Kira McCoy, take it away, my friend. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. Okay, until next time. It's a pleasure having you here. And I want you to know that I'm so grateful for what you've done to help me with my work, my creative work, and adapting it to to bringing it out into the world that's accessible for people. So, and you're doing this for other women too. So thank you for doing that, Kira. Thank you for being fucking cool.
You're welcome, Joanne, and thank you for having me on. I mean, I, yes, we've been friends online, but we also have had the pleasure and the privilege of meeting up in person too. And sometimes that doesn't happen, but we happen to live close
Yes.
enough, like close enough, three
Yeah.
or 3 hours away from each other. So
Yeah.
amazing, so cool. I love your house. It's so fucking cool. So
Oh, thank
just
you.
celebrate you for a second. So
Okay, I'll take
thank you
it.
for
Yeah.
thank you for having me on here too. So
Yeah. This is being able to connect face to face with other women, I think is really just so inspiring, because one of the whole reasons I made the video was I wanted to sort of explore why women are so fucking cool. And I don't even know if that answer can be question can be answered, but I was like, you could just meet a random woman in a bathroom line at a bar, start
mhm.
talking, oh my gosh, and then all of a sudden, okay, see you later, never see that person again. But you had
Yeah.
such a sisterhood moment in
Yeah.
that moment. And that's what's powerful about women. When
Mhm.
we really honor that, that's powerful.
Yeah.
And that's how we can, be more powerful and support each other. And it's also just feels good. It's just more fun if we're
Mhm.
sharing the workload. So bringing you on today, I want us to ask you 2 questions. First one, what is a freaking cool woman? What is your definition? Who do you think, why? You can answer that any way you want. And then we're going to just share um, a fucking cool in your life. The words will come because it's
Yeah.
so easy to talk about fucking cool women.
Well, I think a fucking cool woman is someone who shows up. She shows up for her family, her friends, her relationship, her work. her life, her hobbies, her own creativity. I think it's about showing up. I mean, when you show up in the various ways and whatever that means to you, because everyone, I think, is always just doing their best every day, every moment. And some days doing your best may not mean showing up very well, but at least you're showing up for yourself. But I think that that whole aspect of showing up and being there and being present and being as mindful as you can be about what you're doing, who you're doing it with, why you're doing it. And that makes you glow, makes you glow to other people, to other women. And it's very attractive to be a person who shows up. So, in fact, you said this is going to flow, so let's flow. So, I was just reading something about the popular kids, right? And what makes a person popular. And they did a study, a really long longitudinal study about this. And they discovered that it's not how good you are at something. It's not how attractive physically you are or how smart, intelligent, whatever that you are. What makes a kid, even in school, a popular kid was how they lifted other people up. And all of the memories and associations with that person is about how they make other people feel. So that aspect of showing up, I think, is what makes a woman fucking cool.
Right. Right. Yeah. That's really interesting. The popular thing. That's very interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. How do you apply being a fucking cool woman in with your one as an artist, as a business, because you have a very successful online business. Congratulations. But you're also building a really nice practice of bringing in bringing a small group of women, you're not, to work with you. And I think I love that. And how are you applying these principles, that showing up, as your model as being that fucking cool woman?
Yeah. Good question.
I know. It just popped in my head. So take it wherever you
Yeah.
want. You can talk about, you can always change the answer to a
Yeah,
different
yeah,
question.
no. Masterminding or mini minding, whatever you want to call that sort of group hive mind situation, I think it's really important. I mean, women are marginalized to some degree, right? So when you step into a room full of other women with similar goals, like building a creative business, um, I think that the mastermind is important because you get to hear the perspectives of each other, and the perspectives of each person in the group, as far as not everybody's always in the same place. And some people have more knowledge about other topics than you do, or even like the leader. I mean, the last time I ran a mastermind, there was someone in the group who clearly had more experience than I did in certain areas, which was fine. Like I don't really believe in that competition. It's collaboration over competition. So I just think that, again, showing up and being there has more to do with being present with the people in the room, and really helping lean into what people need and leading them where they need to go, and not getting any kind of ego about what actually happens, because in all relationships, you've got a whole bunch of people with free will. I mean, so, a psychologist once told me that like having friends or relationships is the hardest thing on the planet, because you're interacting with another person who can literally do, think, and say anything.
Well,
You have no control over it. So I think that having a mastermind is fun for me because I actually enjoy that part of it. It was one of the things I enjoyed most about teaching high school too. I'm a former art teacher. I mean, I'm not really a former teacher. Teaching is a vocation for me, but I'm a former public school teacher. And I really enjoyed teaching high school In fact, when they told me my position was going to end and I had to go teach elementary school, I was like super disappointed because because teaching high school to me, like those children are so amazing because they on the outside they act like they have everything figured out and on the inside they know that they don't.
Yeah.
So that whole aspect of like, okay, let's put 47, because an art teacher gets an overloaded classroom.
Yeah.
Let's put 47 kids in the room between the ages of 13 and 19 and see what they do.
Oh my gosh.
you
Wow.
know, so, and still somehow lead them to some kind of success, personal success, academic success, whatever.
Right.
And I just love that because I know that getting groups of people together is so unpredictable, but also that if you're mindful and you pay attention and your focus is on uplifting, then great things happen.
Yeah. 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 If your intentions and uplifting, that's great things happen. I know. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's just it's so makes sense to me, right? It makes very simple sense. And luckily there are so many fucking cool women in our lives, right? Oh my gosh. I mean, I have two sisters who I might actually be mentioning every episode, which will be but I'm so grateful I have fucking cool sisters, really
Yes.
grateful. Um, and so I'd love to hear about um a fucking cool woman in your life. Tell me about somebody.
Well, I want to just interject that I also have two fucking cool sisters, right? I mean, it's amazing to have
It is. We're
really cool
so,
sisters.
I
Yeah.
know. I could not imagine not having amazing sisters that
Yeah.
makes my heart warm that there's six of us that are fucking cool sisters.
And I mean, for those of you who are listening who don't have a
Yeah.
sister, or who maybe your sister isn't as fucking cool as ours, um, you have sisterhood in other places, so you just have to seek that out.
Oh, yeah. Because as much as I have fucking cool sisters, I have my soul sisters, I have other sisters. Tell me about another woman in your life that um you consider FCW.
So while we were chatting before recording the podcast, right, we were talking about networking groups that I've been part of. And so back in 2016, I moved to the Jacksonville area and I joined one that was called Network of Women. And that's where I met my friends, like my business besties that I have in the area now. And it's funny how sometimes, like, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, right? We know that, but we do it anyway. And I don't know how many meetings it took, but there was a woman in the room. Her name is Crystal, and she was quiet and shy, and I'm not, right? So maybe that's why I didn't immediately resonate with her, right?
Right.
But we talked earlier about showing up, right? Crystal showed up for everything, every fucking thing, right? And that was what I thought of when I thought of this woman, is that she shows up. And when our group ended, because it kind of like quickly imploded. There was something happened in it, and the group stopped meeting. And Crystal is one of the women that I continued a relationship with, and now we're besties. And Crystal's amazing. I mean, she has followed her heart and had some.
That's the
Is that?
door.
No, that's my clay oven. I'm baking some clay.
Ooh, oh.
I'm making art while we're talking, of course.
Yes.
Right?
Well, yes.
But it just beeped. But yeah, Crystal's gone through some like major life changes recently and just really followed her own path no matter what, because some of them were really hard for her. But she's out there starting a new business. She got laid off from a very long and successful career, and of course that it sucks when that happens, right? But she dusted herself off and she went back to school and finished her bachelor's degree and got all kinds of new skills so that she could start a new business. And she's out there rocking it. And I just love her.
And when you have women like that, your energy builds on each other. So you're supporting each other. That's so awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. And
Wow.
she still, like she shows up for me. When I need her, she's there.
Yeah.
I hope she, I hope she says the same about me. And it, I don't know. It's really great to find those
Yeah.
people, right? And we also talked about like how showing up for me matters to the point where like I don't want to dilute myself, so I feel the need to pour my energy into certain things, and my relationships with the women in my life are important, and we were talking about, Chris and I were talking about joining a new networking group, and I was like, you know what? Like I don't need more friends. I need more time with the friends I have.
Yeah. Oh, I like this. See, there's so much, in the dark, dark times can be the really, really creative times.
Hmm.
So I'm taking full advantage of it. Full advantage. Um, how long have we been talking? I think, okay, so I think I want to just close it out.
Okay.
And I would like you to also well, I'll tell you one more thing, but I'm going to do this off the podcast. So sorry, people, you're not going to. I'm going to talk to Kira in private, but I'd like to leave that. Okay, okay. So this has been great. I really do feel like that you have really given me some new insight on how to actually really practice and be a fucking cool woman. I never really put the showing up part to it, but I think that's really important to show up for yourself. When you get up in the morning, because and it's it's a little hard, really hard sometimes. So maybe, we all have our moments. Like you could just show up to brush your teeth, that could be enough. But
Yeah.
even if you don't, just yeah, if showing up in bed is where you need to stay, be there, be there. Let yourself do what you need to do because um you have to respect and encourage and celebrate yourself too.
Yeah. I think we don't do that enough either.
Yeah.
I mean, I think many, many women have trouble simply acknowledging their own successes and their own, empowered moments. We're always striving to be better, to do more. And I don't know. I don't know. I know that for me, that comes from my mother because it was always like 97%. You should have got 100,
Yeah.
so so it comes from that little, sound in the back of your head of someone telling you that you could have done better. Even if that person is you, the
Yeah.
concept of just like showing up and saying, "Okay, well, I did my best.
Yeah.
I'm good. I
Yeah.
don't have to do better right now. I did what I did, and it was great."
Yeah. Um, yeah, it's true. And I think that's what another element about what this is all about is to recognize that, you know, we are fucking cool women, but I am a fucking cool woman.
Hmm.
So we're going to do something to close it out. So is there anything else you want to share before we do our little moment together? And I'm just going to surprise you. Okay. So you're going to experience it with me. Okay. Let's see how it works. Okay. Um,
I'm
yes,
good. I'm good. I feel like I shared enough.
you
Yeah.
did. You did. And I'll have all their information. They can find you and they can
Okay.
get in touch with you. So I want you to repeat after me.
Mm.
Okay.
Hmm.
You are a fucking cool woman.
You are a fucking cool woman.
We are fucking cool women.
We are fucking cool women.
I am a fucking cool woman.
I am a fucking cool woman.
Yeah, that felt good.
I love it.
Okay. All right then. Well, that's it for now.